Hi, this is Ryan Griffin, and this is my final project for IDS. We covered critical thinking in the adult learner. I really enjoyed this class a lot. I learned a lot. I feel like I grew as a learner, as an individual. And, in this project, I'll be talking about qualities that employers would like to see in me and that are seeking out. Also, some smart goals that I have set up to, kind of focus on my degree and graduate on time. And then some strengths and weaknesses that I I know that I have. Some of the strengths that I have are probably seen as good. Some of them maybe not so much, but um, I just enjoyed this class, and I'm excited to get this project started and finished. So I picked confidence first. I feel like I'm a fairly confident person, especially when it comes to work and getting tasks done. A lot of that does come from my time in the military. The promotion board, like 90% is confidence. If I answer a question and say, the sky's purple, and they go, are you sure about that? I go, yeah, yes, yeah, it is. I looked earlier. It's the most purple I've ever seen in a day. And they want to see you answer questions like that. Now, they don't want the wrong answer every time, but they want the confidence because they want to know that when you are a leader, you're confident in your decisions. And they don't want someone that's not completely sure of themselves. And you need to know where to find the right answer, and you need to know how to answer correctly. Obviously, after you're wrong on something, you should know where to find the right answer. But confidence is key, in my opinion, to being a good thinker, a good learner, and honestly, if you're an employer, hopefully a good leader at some point. So I would say definitely the second quality I have as an employee, that an employer would be seeking out would be motivation. I'm motivated to be at work, to come into work, and that's to a certain extent. I think this can be a strength or a weakness as well, because as much as I'm motivated to be there, if I'm not feeling a lot of motivation back, or I'm in an environment where I don't feel room for growth, or I'm not being met with that type of motivation, it can be the opposite. I cannot bring any motivation at all. So I think it's important, at least where I'm at and what I'm doing, that I have some type of motivation coming at me so I can feed off of that to bring it back. But yeah, I think motivation is something that every workplace needs. I think that it's there's a lot of energy with that makes people want to come to work and be at work and finish the work they start. Another quality that would be sought out would be, I do find myself as adaptable. I do remember when I was in the military, I had one of my supervisors come up and say, "Hey, I forgot to tell you you're teaching a class on demolition." And I said, "Okay, when?" And he's like now. So I had to like basically go up front and prep, just you know, from the hip, basically, to try to give this class. And there was like so many high up people there, like people that were really important. So I did my best to look prepared, even though I had zero time to prepare for it. It went okay. I think I didn't get yelled at, so I mean, I guess that's a plus. But yeah, I think that would be something that you have to be kind of quick and think on your toes and adapt to whatever environment you're thrown into. Because sometimes, I mean, life and work can come at you quick, and there's a chance that you might not have time to prepare for something that you had no idea was even going to be a thing that day. The fourth one for me would be my willingness to learn. I like to learn. I like to read. I like to study. I enjoy trying new things out, and I can get really bored. If I keep doing the same thing over and over and over, I just can't. Like, I need something. Like, I can't just the same thing. I have to have this environment that I can grow in. Because if I'm just caged, it's just it's not a lot. It's not a lot of growth for me there. I need that, and I think learning and wanting to learn on the job is a quality that most employers do want. I think they want their workers to not only want to be there, but want to learn, be hands on, grow in the company. These people in this picture are all touching hands. My willingness to learn to that would be not to be involved in that because people don't wash their hands, and I can't do that. So I would find a way to avoid that at all costs because I can't. Well, I'll get sick. I could get sick. And they're kind of touching, but they're not. I don't know. That's too much for me. Wherever they're doing that, I don't like that. So I think the first smart goal for me is definitely take it day by day. I can really get like this idea in my head and have a goal and like just looking at it so just everything at once. And I need to take time to just look at the first couple steps and work my way that route because I can just see the finish line. And there's so many things I need to get done before I'm even remotely close to the finish line. So, I mean, for me, it's Aim Small, Miss Small, which is from The Patriot, Mel Gibson. It's a pretty good movie, but I think it reminds me to like, start small and just breathe, man. Like I got to take time to just breathe and just like, okay, I'm taking one class at a time. I don't need to rush this, and I need to remember why I'm pursuing the degree. I mean, I enjoy school. I never thought I would go to college in my 30s, but I'm enjoying it. I'm still young. I'm only 33. Okay, I'm not, plenty of time, but yeah, to do that, that'll help me avoid confusion of like, why am I taking classes? Like, I'm not just taking them to learn. I mean, I'm taking these classes to better myself and accomplish something that I never thought I could accomplish. So definitely focusing on tasks at hand. I have to do that. So timely updates, like I need to stay on task and I can't be doing 15 different things at once. Like I'm so notorious for like kind of starting something and getting close to me and like, let me just try this real quick. I really need to stay on task and I need to be honest with myself. And I mean, maintain trust and transparency with me as a person and know when I've done too much or not enough. I mean, if I'm not doing enough, I need to do more. I need to trust myself that, like, hey, you can do more than what you're doing. And I also need to trust myself if I'm doing too much and I need to slow down. And that's where, take time for me, decompress when I need it, and take a breather, not just get so, I can get so blinded with work or school and I can miss out like on day-to-day stuff. Like, I'm in my house right now and I need to take time to just enjoy that and not get so worked up on the next thing and what am I going to get into now and that kind of leads into reassuring and directing and reducing this uncertainty of where I'm headed and what's going on. And I think it's just important mentally for me to stay focused because like that definitely is a weakness for me is like this tunnel vision or getting overwhelmed with things that aren't that overwhelming. It's not that big of a deal. It's school. Yeah, it can be stressful, but it's as stressful as I make it. And there are classes that are going to be harder than others. I understand that, but take time in those classes and the classes that are a little bit easier. Maybe knock those out real fast and spend a majority of that week trying to learn the more difficult task that I have at hand. Finally, continue learning for growth. I think it's important for me to realize that I'll never be done. So whether I want to complete a master's degree or what I want to do, I'm always going to need to learn because I get bored too easy. And I need to keep things in line because when I get bored, it's not good for me. Like I don't need to stay super busy, but I do want to take time to take breaks, of course, but I also want to set myself up to continue growing and using critical thinking every day and using these classes that I've taken like this one to keep me growing as a learner and to not stop. And I don't want to hit a point and just sustain that, not go any further. I would like to continue my education and continue reading and continue, growing and learning, because for me, like, that's important that I stay up to date on myself and how I view things and how I see things, and being open-minded and reading and studying and not getting pulled into, I don't know, the monotonous life that some of us can be pulled into. I think that maybe unplugging a little bit more, trying to be more in tune with the world. I mean, in general, like, it's so nice out. Like, I'm gonna go for a run here in a little bit after this, and that'll give me time to think about things. That's where a lot of my critical thinking is done, is on a run where it's just me and some music, and I'll think. And then sometimes I get towards the end and it's food. I get stuck on food, and then I'll eat like a ton of donuts. And I always swear I won't. I do, and then I'm worried about needing to run again because I just ate like 14 donuts. Why'd I do that? What was the point in that? I just ran. Now I'm eating donuts. Maybe I'm not thinking as critically as I thought I should be. Maybe I should. Hmm. So that's it. That's my project. These people are touching hands again, which, again, so gross. Like, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. I mean, sometimes you never know. These hands, I wash them. I can have Cheeto dust on these. There's no way to know. I mean, there's a lot going on. And people get sick. I mean, people with kids too. Oh my gosh. Kids are like, they're sick all the time. All the time. Then that's critical thinking for me. 3 or 4 kids at the house, flu season. Uh